Today on Behind the Strength, we're joined by Sabha Vakil Patel, founder of Align with Sabha, celebrity Pilates instructor, fitness coach, and a mother of two. She's built a powerful brand in wellness while helping others align their strength from the inside out. Welcome to Behind the Strength, Sabha.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Sabha, what inspired you towards your journey in fitness and eventually specializing in Pilates?
So I was always, a very unhealthy child. I was pretty unfit when I was in school, and I was also borderline bullied for not being athletic and not having the physical strength to be able to, participate in sports. And I used to not eat really healthy, and I was a nerd, but I wasn't fit, and I always was very aware of the fact that there's something that's lacking inside me, that I'm not able to excel in sports like my friends are and stuff like that. And when I was 17, I was of course bothered by that, and I wanted to get fit. My own fitness journey was the start of it. And then when I started, my own journey, how amazing I felt in my body, and I kind of filled that lag for myself. And then I started training people, and how I've changed so many lives in the process, and I've been thanked for it. I think that was the start of my journey, and then I went on because I wanted to change people's lives. I wanted people to be like, wow, we feel great in our mind and our body. I think it's not just body, it's got to be mind and body.
Absolutely.
And then went on to motherhood. I became a mother, and you lose your core strength. Even being a trainer, I lost my core strength. I gained 20 kilos, and and so I think every decade or every 5 years, my inspiration has been, I've had this consistent call, like being from me being unfit to then changing people's lives to then being a mother and saying, okay, now
Right.
I went back to. So every time, every decade or every 5 years, when I've had a shift in my life after having a child, even I went back to, working out. And then I think that inspired me to continue. Then I said, okay, I think I need, then mothers came to me.
Right.
When I trained myself, I lost all my baby weight, and then I attracted, mothers who are also postnatal and said, hey, can you also make us fit because we've seen your journey? And then, so on and so forth. So I think I've just had this constant inspiration coming from my life,
Correct.
and I've attracted my tribe. Like
Right.
today, Align with Sabha is, something, is a space where mothers kind of trust me with their pre and postnatal journey. I've landed being this pre and postnatal specialist, and people trust me because they know that I can help them through this, being a mother myself. So it's
Absolutely.
been like a constant flow of events. That's been my inspiration, and I think I always look for more and more inspiration to get going. I think,
Yeah, you are a motivational figure for quite a few mums out there.
Yes.
I'm aware personally.
Yes,
So.
yes, definitely.
How did Align with Sabha come to life? What was the inspiration? I mean, other than what you mentioned, what was the trigger? I would say to start it in a good way.
My trigger was when in 2017, I, shifted. I went to Canada. I did my, Pilates certification, my, training. I fell in love with Pilates so much, and I felt that it is such an amazing, wholesome workout for the mind and the body that I just, I just wanted to. I wanted everyone to benefit from it. I wanted to be this person who can go back to India and deliver. When I saw my teachers in Canada, I saw, the instructor trainers were so fabulous at what they do. They inspired me to take that into this brand name called Align with Sabha and take it back to my country and give India what it deserves. And in the
Precisely.
true, way, in a way that it's pure in its form, not just it's, I like Pilates somewhere in India has become like a fusion, like
That's
a
right.
fusion of functional, fusion of this. For me, I wanted to get the actual product from Montreal to India, and that was my drive. And I was
Yeah,
like,
isolated from the others,
exactly,
yeah.
and I wanted to stand for the brand, the Pilates itself.
Yeah,
I
not
wanted
diluted.
to be that niche, exactly.
Precisely.
So yeah, that was my inspiration and my drive, and Align with Sabha was just, I think, the byproduct of that dream, that thought that my country should get this.
Absolutely,
Sitting in
yes.
Montreal, I've literally had open, my first Instagram account saying Align with Sabha, and it happened in 2017. It was the thought, which was an Instagram page, which now is a brand in itself and a full-fledged running studio, and I'm super grateful for it.
What does alignment mean for you physically and otherwise, mentally? What
Right.
does alignment stand for?
So alignment stands. So Pilates, in its nature, is very focused, very precise. It's got precision. If you say, if I have to give you a synonym for Pilates, it's going to be precision, right? So when you talk about precision, you talk about alignment. You talk about posture. You talk about strength. You talk about physical and mental, as I was saying, well-being. And align stands for that correct, as I said, right, that correct form of Pilates and correct a way of moving your body mindfully without any diversions or delusions, to be
Right.
honest.
So that even keeps you focused on a very mental level, because
Right.
that's how you're going to get your body in basically to its core straight.
Exactly, right? If you're just coming
alignment.
to a workout and just fluffing away, not knowing what you're doing, you're not gonna. You may be physically fit, maybe not, but when you talk about alignment and precision and that mindfulness, you're gonna be strong from inside out. Your mind is gonna not think about 100 things that you come to me. You will really feel rejuvenated when you leave my studio, and that's what Align is about. It's about mindfully moving your body in the best possible way.
Absolutely. As a mom of two, how has motherhood shaped your perception of strength and also your relationship with health?
So I'll tell you, motherhood has made me weak and strong in the best possible way. Weak, yes, because I've, like I said, gone through diastasis, gone through weight gain, gone through sleepless nights, and for being for a fitness trainer to feel weak in the body kind of doesn't resonate. Like for me, it was very foreign. It's like, oh my god, I can't even do a crunch. That's not normal. So that made me weak. But when I worked out, when I practiced Pilates, or when, of course, I went beyond that thought that I'm weak, I'm a trainer, I can't be weak. When I pushed through that, I think it's made me into this super strong human, because then now it's like, now what else, right?
Exactly.
I've surpassed all the things that people said you shouldn't or you feel weak through, right? Like from COVID to having my second baby in COVID, everything was kind of a setback, but I've pushed through. I've even had a ligament tear in my second pregnancy. I have had all the possible issues that a normal woman should have, and then when I step into training a postnatal mother, it becomes very easy for me.
You can resonate with
I
the
can,
problems
because
or whatever
I'm
you're
no
going
more
to face.
this. Yeah, because I'm no more this super strong, perfect body instructor. I'm a human who's, when you come to me say I have back pain in pregnancy or I have postnatal diastasis, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna fix that.
Yeah,
It's just made me, like I said, it made me super weak, but in the process, it's just made me super, super strong, and it's made me a so much better instructor, because it's you can, like you said, like you can resonate with it. I'm not fearing anything anymore. I'm not fearing a 9-month pregnant woman coming to my studio saying I want to train. I'm
Has
not
that
fearing that.
happened?
Yeah, I train my clients throughout their pregnancy, from their 3rd month to the time they deliver, and 40 days later. Like I have my celebrity clients now texting me saying, okay, we've delivered. Or when my normal clients say, now what? I'm like, okay, you rest up for a month and we'll bring you back. I believe that a postnatal mother needs that 30-day, 40-day
Absolutely,
break.
yeah.
It's
To
not an
rest
old
her
wives'
body,
tale.
yes.
I used to think it's an old wives' tale where you don't need to and you can do all you want. But it's that 1 month or 40 days, as we Indians believe in, it's imperative. And as a mother who's been there, done that, and as an instructor who's trained so many women, pre and postnatal, I think it's an imperative break and a pause rather, which just gets you back. And nothing fears me anymore.
I'm glad. That is always an experience. It's like once you've been there, you can understand what the other person is going through. Otherwise, you're
Absolutely.
shooting in the dark.
Exactly, absolutely. And
And you can't go by the book in something like this.
There's no book in the world that can
Precisely.
make you a good instructor or a good trainer or a good anything. It's what your real life experience is.
Precisely.
Like when I came back from Montreal in 2017, I was an amazing at my work. I was okay. I learned, I came back, I was finding my journey. But it's the whole journey from 2017 till 2 years of Align now, doing what I'm doing, with all that love and passion has made me who I am today. I wasn't amazing. The day I walked in from the airport, I wasn't like, wow, okay, no. This is like my real life experiences. Every client who came to me, not even post-need lighting, even a senior citizen comes to my studio and says, okay, we're 65, we've had we're recovering from cancer, and we've had everything. And then that's what makes me who I am. It's not any book that makes me an amazing instructor or even a good, I don't call myself that, but a good trainer. It's my students who made me who I am, truly.
You're saying that with all humility because I've seen how good you are.
I'm super grateful.
Okay, you train high performing individuals. How do you tailor your sessions to meet both their physical and emotional needs? Because I'm sure it works on it's both ends of, you have to balance out on both ends. It can't just be one.
Okay. So, to be very honest, when I had my first celebrity client, everyone else around me was like, oh my god, dash 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 comes to Align. And for me, to be very honest, I've always taken them as a human, as an individual.
That's right.
For me, an XYZ and a celebrity who comes to my studio, they're all my babies.
Correct.
I treat them as equally as I would train a normal person and a celebrity. So when a celebrity walks in, I make them super comfortable. I'm not, I don't feel intimidated and I don't intimidate. I actually treat everyone who walks into my studio as my children. And I teach them with all my love and all my heart. And when celebrities see that and they see that love that I have for what I do, they don't throw their weight around at all. They're super kind to me. They automatically shed everything that they probably perceive or people make them perceive about themselves. And somewhere we're all at the same
on the same place.
And it's so amazing because every person who works in my studio, for me, I don't consider myself above anybody. I consider, even if I'm the boss or you're walking into my studio, I'm at the same level as you are.
That's
and
right.
I'm giving you all the love and passion and knowledge that I have. And I think it's always worked for me. I don't feel any different. I feel great that a celebrity or a brand or a name which is so, popular is trusting me and coming to me. That first call when you get that, hi, so and so wants to come, and I'm like, wow, great. After that, I just can't differentiate. Even if you tell me to, I'll be like, they're all my students. How does it matter? They're all getting my love.
That's amazing. In fact, that's what makes it easy for you to kind of even impart whatever you know. Otherwise, there's always going to be that impediment of, oh, I'm in awe of you,
Exactly.
or you have to now listen to me. Or,
Exactly.
you can't have that. There
You
can't
can't
be a
have
struggle.
it either way, right?
There
I
can't be a
can't be like,
struggle.
listen, I'm so
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so,
yeah.
and I just don't take that. If I don't give you anything negative, I don't take it. So it's a very fair, square space, and it's a very comfortable. If that pious is the word, it's a very comfortable, pious, and very, very holistic space. My studio, I think, is just that, and that's why people love me for what I do, right? Because it's very normal, it's casual, it's nothing that you need to think about.
What's your personal approach to stress management, especially with such a demanding lifestyle?
So I do know that being a mother, and having a full-fledged, studio, mompreneur, as they say, it can be very demanding in terms of trying to juggle everything, and that can actually increase my stress level, right?
Precisely.
I think the most important thing that I have done since I've started my studio is I don't overload myself trying to take on every inquiry that I'm getting, right? So there are times when I get like 10 people calling me, but I know my hours at the studio. I will start at this time and I will end at this time, and post that I have my time with my husband, I have my time with my kids. I get in a workout every single day, no matter how many classes I do like 7 to 8 hours a day. For me, my own self-care is what is my stress management. Discipline, right? For me, yes, work is amazing, but I also put down or say no to work when required, because I feel that I don't want to burn out. When I wake up the next morning and have that zing to go back to Align and deliver what my brand name stands for, it gotta be when I am available to deliver or available to feel that passion.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to burn out myself and not I don't do stress management, then I'm not going to be able to deliver what my brand stands for.
Exactly. You can't fall from an
Self-care
empty
is
cup.
equal to stress management in a very, very simple statement, even if it means working slightly lesser than people expect me to work.
True.
Or maybe the other instructors are working. I'm not sure. I don't compare myself, but I don't know.
No, you stand for your own brand name.
Absolutely.
As I just said, you can't pour
I have
from an empty
blinkers
cup.
on. Exactly. I
Yes.
only have blinkers on, and I know this is my journey and my path. And if I'm doing 7 hours today, if I can pull off 10 hours tomorrow, I'll do it.
What role does mental health play in physical wellness, in your opinion? This is for, say, your clients coming in for you, to you. There are many who come with a lot of baggage.
I've had students cry at my studio in the middle of a workout, and there are so many of them who come to me and they don't even know. So the thing is, they come to me with, I wanna get fit, or postnatal mother, or someone who's recovering from cancer, and they've been told that how Pilates is amazing, and I connect with them on a human level to such an extent that I've had my students cry, and I tell them that it's a safe space, because you need to have a coach who you trust, not just physically but also mentally. You know what I mean? And at Align, my goal is to make my workouts, my studio, my relationship with my clients so comfortable that I'm not only targeting their physical health, but I'm also addressing their mental health. You know, and I really truly believe that Pilates is a workout that just people talk about Pilates, core strength Pilates, but Pilates can give you better posture. It can do so much for you, but very rarely do you have people talk about Pilates reducing your anxiety and stress levels.
But isn't it a
Mhm.
fact? Because when you're talking about core strength, the core is not just of your body, it is also of
Right.
your mind. You're also hitting your mind somewhere.
It's somewhere
Not
in the
somewhere, I think
breathing.
on everything. You're breathing,
Right.
everything. You're just bringing it all back into the center, the focus.
Right. So when you come to a class, you may not be emotionally very healthy, or you may be stressed or have some issues. We all do. But when you work out, when you trust your coach, when you start feeling better in your body, when you just give that 1 hour of self-care to yourself and just be present. I don't think we've forgotten what it means like to be present.
Precisely.
We're just all over the place, and when you give that me time to yourself and work towards getting better, that's the first step of feeling better.
That's
And
right.
it's got to be hand in glove. It can't be I'm feeling mentally okay, not physically, or physically or mentally. It's got to be a wholesome approach, and that's why I love Pilates, and that's what Align stands for.
Yeah. What are some quick tips you give to clients who are too busy to stick to a full workout routine? I'm sure with the pressures of daily occurrences, I mean, however much sometimes a person wants to do it, they are stretched in
Right.
many directions,
Right.
but they still want to be fit. How
Right.
can what is the guidance? A few quick tips.
The most important tip is find a workout you love. Right? If you wake up and say, "Oh, I want to go to the gym," you're not gonna go.
Yeah.
If you wake up and you find a workout, it could be Pilates, it could be gym, it could be functional, it could be just a walk with a friend, it could be just anything, right? It could be yoga for that matter.
Right.
But if you like what you're getting yourself, what you signed up for, you're most likely be able to stick to it. That's like the number one tip. Don't do workouts you hate. Don't do workouts that you feel I finished this workout and I'm dead. I don't want to go to work. Do a workout that helps you energize and kickstarts your day in a way that you're like, okay, I'm ready to take on 10 meetings today. That's number one. So find a workout you love. Time management. I think the busiest individual in the world has 30 minutes. I am 100% sure. Find 30 minutes. And like you said, discipline, right? Like how you wake up and you brush your teeth.
Correct.
No one's gonna leave the house without brushing their teeth. I don't know anybody who will do that. And that's the discipline, right? And that's what you do for yourself. Self-care should be your priority. And I always believe even the busiest entrepreneur and the most successful entrepreneur, if their cup is empty, they will have the most successful business and they'll have all the money in the world, but if they don't invest in themselves, they will not be able to function at their best.
That's true.
And I've learned it like since I started Align. I feel my own health and my own fitness, I was always into it, but I realized that to run a studio, to give out so many classes a day, to give my best to every client that walks in, my health is my priority.
Absolutely, because otherwise, there's a saying that your entire life you're running after money, and the same money the rest of your life you're using for your health.
There.
So it kind of just comes back to the entire point that you might as well concentrate on your health first.
It's like your own body and your own mind should be a priority. And I've learned it, like I said, the hard way, because I've lost it twice and gained it back. So I'm not giving it up for anybody in the world, not even money.
How do you stay motivated on the days where you feel physically drained? Because I'm sure we are, as much as we want to be superhumans, we really can't. We do have our limitations.
Right.
Of course, your threshold will be higher. But
So there are two things. The most important thing that I feel that even on a day where I'm really busy or have too many things to do, I get in a quick 30-minute workout
Right.
because for me that energizes me. That's number one. I get in 30 minutes to 45 minutes, sometimes 1 hour also in a day for myself to kind of rejuvenate myself. Right? For me, Pilates is some workout that instantly picks me up. I do that. I also really take care of my nutrition. If you eat right, you feel good inside out. On days where, when you're feeling down, good nutrition plan really helps you. Number three, I think I feel so responsible towards. There are days when I walk in the studio and I'm dead, underslept, or had a rough night with my children when they're sick. But my passion towards my work, my clients who come into my studio, like if you've signed up and you've come to me on a day where I'm not feeling okay, but when you come, you walk into my studio, you are my motivation. I feel that Priya signed up for my class and I want to deliver. I want Priya to feel good. And that feeling of love and affection towards my students and my work just surpasses all the dullness that I feel. Everything, it just takes a backseat for me, to be very honest, because I feel so responsible towards this beauty of a studio that I have. I feel everything just automatically takes a backseat, and there are days where I uplift my students,
Right.
and then there are days where they uplift me with it, when they just say that what a class, we had a great time,
Yeah.
and I feel great, or I don't have back pain anymore, or it just feels awesome. I think that's my drive, constant drive.
That's amazing because you just spoke about it's almost like feeding off someone else's emotions and trying to get that kind of energy from them.
Absolutely, but it's an energy
Yeah.
exchange at the end of
Absolutely, it
the day.
is.
It is. It really is.
I've seen so many women struggling with weight. Um, Most of them get dejected beyond a point. Like we're trying, it's just not happening. Nutrition, this, that, we've tried everything. Now you've got the new fads which are coming.
Oh my God!
You-
Let's not get started
Yes,
on
we've,
that.
we've got Ozempic, we've got a lot of other things which have started.
My God.
There are people who are, battling choices right now as to how can we go about this weight loss, because for them it resonates with mental stability.
Yes.
How do you deal with that when a person is coming to you, they are getting frustrated? You can see the frustration, but you have to remain calm.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with something like that? I'm sure you have dealt with that.
100%. I train with women. I like
I mean,
90%.
yeah, that is an ongoing battle.
Yeah, 90% of my population is women, and somewhere the best thing that I've done for my studio is I don't have a weighing scale. Okay, that's like the most important thing, and that's a conscious effort, because as much as I want my clients to lose weight, as much as I want them to get fitter, what I dislike is women to a very large extent. I'm sure men do it too, but women to a large extent have put themselves in a box.
That's right.
If I weigh Sabah, let's just say, if I weigh 50 or 52 kgs after having 2 kids, that's the time I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be confident. And I put myself in the box. I don't even know it. I put myself in the box, and I'll go to Pilates, gym, nutrition, everything. But I want all of them to make me fit in that box. Some of you can, some of you cannot. Like, yeah, some of your bodies can go back to shape in the exact same way that you did, and some of us can't. Let's just face it, and we know it. I've been there myself. What I want women to know is, don't hate yourself.
Precisely.
Work out from a space. I work out, like when I have 8 hours of training a day, I work out because I love myself. I don't work out because I want to be skinny for a client who's coming in. I don't want them to look at me and say, wow, she's so skinny. I don't care. I want them to say, wow, what a class. That's number one. And I want all, like students, mothers, and everybody who comes to me, I make them feel so amazing. Of course, like I said, we do cater to all of that, but I make them feel so amazing in their body and mind that somewhere, whether you reach that box or not, you're enjoying the journey. And you're
Precisely.
loving yourself. When I had my injury and when I was pregnant the second time, I was so bad physically and mentally that for me to come out of that, luckily I didn't put myself in a box. And I tell this to all my students, especially who are mothers, that don't attach your self-worth to a number. You've given birth to 2, 3, 1 beautiful kids. You've had your journey. Let's love you for who you are, and whether the rest follows or not, that's fine. What I want you to feel is like you tell me now, I feel I'm like the best version of myself that I've ever been. Even if you ask me at 17, I wasn't as powerful as I am now.
The end goal is being fit. It's not
That's-
about being
and that's
skinny.
coming from a space of self-love. Had I
Precisely.
hated myself, I wouldn't have reached here.
Precisely. And in fact, that also spills over to a lot of your students who come in.
Right.
I mean, fitness is the end goal.
It should be.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's any other way, it's gonna come from hate. And I want because I love Pilates, I want everyone to come from a space of love and, strength.
Right.
And that's why you won't find a weighing scale at Align with Sabha.
What is your favorite movement or routine that instantly uplifts your mood?
A quick core routine on the reformer really gets me. Because I feel even 15-20 minutes, like there are days where I just have those 20 minutes, for myself, and a quick core workout on the reformer, it energizes me because everything kind of starts from your center, and your center
right.
is your powerhouse. I think a quick core workout just makes me feel so much better in my body, with of course correct breathing. I think it's a go-getter for me.
That's right. It actually is, because again, it's a synergy, right?
100%.
What is the one misconception people have about Pilates?
Number one is Pilates is for women
Okay.
only.
Oh,
It's not for men.
okay.
And then when I tell them that Pilates was, started by a man, Joseph Pilates, he's a man. It was started for soldiers at war who were men. Then I have like jaw dropped silence. Okay, so that's the biggest misconception, that Pilates is only for women. It's really not. It's for every human, whether you're 8 or 80. I say it's for everybody. And the second misconception is a lot of people call us and like, we want to do Pilates, we want to lose 20 kilos in a month, 20 kgs in a month.
Sorry.
And I'm like,
Okay.
well, we can't. It is not a weight loss program.
Yes,
So it isn't a weight loss program. It is a program that will lead you to your into a fitter body, into a
Absolutely.
toned body, in a better, physical, mental strength. But if you're just looking at, I'm going to do Pilates and just drop pounds magically, that's not happening. Pilates, along with a holistic workout, cardio, and a holistic diet, will give you the results you want. So these are the two things that I feel that I never have I ever promoted this as a weight loss program, because somewhere I don't know, some people around have promoted it as
Yes.
one, because it's the easiest way to sell something to people,
That's right.
because we're
Because
kind
you
of
work on their
tapping upon
emotions.
your insecurities and emotions, and Align doesn't believe in that.
I've seen that it's
Yeah.
always been very direct, that this
Yeah.
is what it is and this is what we stand for.
Absolutely.
And that is actually what you're delivering, and I think that's why you're getting the right kind of clientele, or the students that are visiting
Right.
you
And
and
it's
are
honest.
flourishing.
Yeah, it's an honest brand.
What does strength mean to you, especially as a woman, a mother, and a business owner?
Strength for me is the ability to do everything I want to. So when I became a mother, when I was getting married, when everyone was like, oh, now you're getting married, you can't work, and then it took me a lot of strength to work after I got married, coming from a very conservative background. And then when I had my first child, they're like, okay, no more working, now focus on being a mother. And I'm a go-getter, and I do it because I love my profession so much. And for me, I think going against all odds, and still of course having a supportive family, I'm not going to take all the credit here, having a partner who applauds for me, like my husband will clap for me the loudest. And I think when Align, when I think my studio was full in like 2 months of opening it, my husband clapped the loudest for me. So I think for me, strength comes from having family which is supremely supportive, doesn't put you again in a box of you're a mother, you're a woman, and I'm a man, and stuff like that. And also being able to do everything that I want to. I don't hold back. I want to have a studio, sure. I want to train, sure. I want to take a holiday and not train, sure. For me, strength is to do what I want to do, and I have my own path and my journey, and I don't like to follow the herd. I have my eyes on the prize, and that for me is my biggest strength.
That's nice, because not many people choose to tap into their ability. I mean, all of us do have it. We do tend to put a lot of barricades against our own abilities. So to kind of
You
recognize
have to
that.
unlock that.
That's what I'm saying. To kind of recognize that, unlock that by itself is a journey. What advice would you give to women trying to reclaim their strength, physically, emotionally, or professionally? Say that you have someone who's dealing with postpartum, or someone who has taken a sabbatical, or someone, as I said, become a mom, or they don't know how to kind of find their way back into who they once were.
Mm. I think the most important advice I can give them is start doing something for yourself. I think, when I opened the studio, I met so many moms who had children and stopped working and working out. And it is amazing that I can't imagine how they did what they did, but they so many times I've met mothers who said that, when we look at you, we think that we can do it all also, right? For them to leave their house and come to my studio for an hour workout was an impossible thing. And the advice that I want to give them is, I really feel that women are unstoppable, and mothers more so. I think motherhood is not our weakness, it's our strength.
Right.
And it's about how we use that, in our stride, versus it's like somewhere women and people around make us feel that, motherhood is going to sabotage everything you want, everything you feel.
Right.
It's not for me. If you ask me, it's my strength. Having 2 kids and my journey, whatever I'm doing today, is my strength. I wouldn't have been an amazing teacher if it wasn't for they made me this resilient version of myself. So I think women should guilt free make time for self-care.
Right.
Once they do that, I want them to feel fit in their mind and their body, and once they do that, I think that's going to be the start of them feeling unstoppable.
Amazing talking to you,
Thank you.
Sabha.
Thank you so
It's
much for
been
having
so
me.
amazing. Thank you for your
Thank you.
energy, the vibe that you bring.
Thank you.
I feel aligned, at least mentally, if nothing else.
Thank
so
you.
thank you
Means
very
a lot
much.
to me.
Thank you,
Thank
Sabha.
you for having
Thank
me.
you.